What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Dan here, and we are looking at another DC McFarlane figure. This time we're looking at the Christopher Reeve Superman figure, and this is super exciting. This was a figure that, like, to be honest, wasn't like, oh, it's must have, but I saw people getting it. And I'm like, yeah, this actually looks like a really, really dope figure. So I went to go see if I could still get it, and it's very not very hard. I actually was able to find this in a couple stores, like some comic book stores, but they were asking way too much for it. But I was actually able to get this from Nerdzoic, who is I don't want to say fellow YouTuber because he's way bigger than I am, but at his store I was able to get this for, I think it was like $30, and then like $5 or $6 shipping, and I was like, that's a pretty good deal actually. I don't love buying from like all these, there's lots of like smaller shops, and not that I don't like to support them, it's just they kind of charge more most of the time, and they charge like $10 for shipping. But Nerdzoic actually very good. I'll give him a nice endorsement for the first figure I ever bought from him, and shout out to him. Like I said, I was gonna say fellow YouTuber, but he's way bigger than I am. So no, I wouldn't say he's a fellow. I'm too small. But here is the figure. This is looking really good. I like that we get all these hands. There he is again. And this one actually comes with a stand, it looks like. So I'm excited to look at that. And here's the back of it right here. Yeah, dude, I'm pretty excited about this. I even had the opportunity to grab the variant or the chase version of this, but I didn't. I don't know about you, if you guys ever gone to FYE, you can still find them lurking about in some malls near you. And I noticed there's a mall near me that still had one. So I went there, and they have a bunch of these figures, but they charge like way too much. Like, I think for this figure, they wanted like $50 for it, or $55. And like they're charging like crazy amounts. The only benefit of going really is that they have stuff that like you didn't know that was still on the shelves. So you can head over there and get it. This guy, if you really wants to, there was like 4 or 5 of them there. He's willing to pay $50 for it. But yeah. Anyway, I'm very excited to open this up and take a look at it. So let's do that. Okay, guys, we are back here with this incredible figure. I absolutely love this guy. I really do. Before we get into it, though, I just want to, reiterate my stance on McFarlane Toys and these things. Can we stop putting these in our figures, please? I hate having to cut them. There's like 17 of them on each figure. If there was one, I'd be okay, whatever. But the fact that it's a 5-minute process taking it out is really annoying. Like, at that point, I would rather just come in a Ziploc bag with duct tape around it, Anyway, let's get into it here. Here's our figure looking absolutely incredible. I love this head sculpt. The head sculpt really, really is great. And he comes with 2 head sculpts, actually. So here's the other one. This is more of like they're like similar, but not all that different, but they are different. But yeah. And he comes with a bunch of hands. I'll go through those real quick before we get into the figure. So he comes with his fisted hands. He comes with a set of these flying hands, I guess you could say. He has a pointing hand or a nose-picking hand. And then he's got a couple, I wouldn't say random. He has stuff like this, which can be used to hold on to stuff, more relaxed hands. And then another holding hand, I guess. And then he comes with another like kind of relaxed hand. And then he also comes with this one, which looks like he's holding some kryptonite. I think just want to do this card because this card is a little bit different than what you'd see on some of the other cards, but very cool. Yeah, that's pretty dope. I like it. I really like these cards. I think they're a cool thing. I'm just going to leave this one right here next to it. And then last thing too is just the stand. I do like this stand. I was kind of being like, should McFarlane, include that stand with a lot of their figures? And I think they should include with more figures because they should. But I was like, I just don't need like hundreds of these literally lying around. I already have like hundreds of the little black circular ones. But anyway, let's look at this figure. Here he is. Yeah, so cool. He's got this soft cape. He's got the bendy wire in there. I'm not going to bend it too much because I just kind of want him standing. And then he's got his logo on the back there. Looking really good. And this, obviously, a cloth cape. I think these colors are great. Nice and bright. Looking so sick. I haven't really moved him around a ton. But anyway, we'll get into articulation. Look at those undies right there. Looking good. Some nice boots. Make me want to watch this movie. I haven't watched this movie in so long. I watched this when I was a kid. And I'm 30 now. I don't know why I decided to go for this articulation on the toes, but they're very stiff. As the first one to move. But anyway, let's look at this figure right here. It's got some decent ab crunch. And you may think, oh, that's terrible. But for DC McFarlane, that's pretty good. And then let's move him out here. Yeah, these joints are really smooth, actually. That was a really smooth movement there. I liked that. You got like these butterfly joints too, which I like these because this costume works with it. You can see like that has that blue piece in here. Covers it. Nothing new with McFarlane, but I like it, especially with this. And he does have the bicep cut here. It's kind of hard to get it to move, but it does go. Got double jointed elbows. Yeah, like that. Obviously, his hand moves around. Does that. Got double jointed knees. Here's the ankle. And yeah, dude, this guy is looking really sick. I mean, it's not like a ton to go over with because it's not like very detailed, but I mean, that's part of the costume. I mean, it's not a very detailed costume. But I don't love that. Okay, we fixed it. This looks so sick. I'm in love with this figure, man. This is great. I'm going to try and pose him up a little bit. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to pose him up. And yeah, dude, I'm looking. I mean, look at the detail on this head sculpt. The head sculpt is really what's getting me, dude. Look at the chin there. Yeah. That's a good Superman figure right here. I think this is great. Yeah. Look at that. I mean, I'm just love looking at it. Anyway, let me pose this guy up and we'll get into my final thoughts. The figure really is nice. And anyway, I'll be back. All right, guys, we are back here. Yeah, like, so here he is. Let me center him up here. I was posing around, and this is kind of the one that I ended with, which I realize is not that epic of a pose, but I really liked it. I got some good shots for this guy, and they'll be up on my Instagram. Really hope I'm doing some cool editing. I've been getting better with Photoshop now, so I can get some really good photos. But this figure, like, it's like, you can look at it like two ways, where it's like, okay, it's just a basic Superman figure. We get a bunch of Superman figures every year because DC doesn't, or McFarlane doesn't make anything else. But really, this is just such a nice piece, man. I mean, when are we ever going to get another Christopher Reeve Superman? Like, there's no reason to make one other than just for to have, and they did a really good job with this one. I'm very excited to have this in my collection. It'll probably go up on my display very soon. It's really nice. Like, I would recommend, if you can grab this figure, I would tell you to do it. It feels like it's one of McFarlane's better figures as far as like effort they put into it. I know there's not a ton new to it. It's just, I feel like they really like this figure, and you can see where that they care, and it's a nice figure. I recommend everyone get it. But I mean, that'll do it. There's just not a lot to say about it. It's a very basic figure. It's just a nice piece to have. It's the first time I bought a figure. I was just like, I feel like I don't want to miss out on this figure. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel, and head over to my Instagram, where I just took a bunch of pictures of this, and they should be up there by the time this video comes out. And yeah, anyway, guys, peace out. Love you.